Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a meet the owner badge and the script that will give it to the player if they join the owner's server, and if you join their server, everyone in the server will get the badge. So let's get started. So I joined this random place that I'm in because your game has to be published in order to upload a badge. And before I actually show you how to script the badge giver, I'm going to show you how to actually make a badge. So first off, you want to go to create.roblox.com and this will basically show you all your creations. So here are all my games, but you want to click on the one that you're working on, the one that you want to give a badge. So currently that is this game over here called Untitled Game. So I'm going to click it. Now it opened up. You can see a lot of information about the game, but what you want to look at is basically associated items right over here. You click it, and then you'll see it opens up this frame, and you have badges, passes, and developer products. So these don't matter right now because we're focusing on badges, and that's the first frame right here. So we see how it says you haven't created any badges. Creating badges can increase the player engagement in your experience, and you could learn more. This doesn't matter. We'll just click create a badge. Now we have to upload an image for the badge. So the name will be obviously meet the owner, and the description you could write, for example, this badge is awarded to players who meet the game's owner. Now we also have to upload an image. So I just uploaded this quick little image of my avatar, a drawing that I had made. And now that we have all this done, we have the image uploaded, we have a name, we wrote a little description, we create badge. And there we go. Now we have the badge. So if you if you open up the badge, you're able to basically make it active or not. If it's active, people will be able to get the badge by whatever method you write in your game. If it's not active, then it's going to be impossible to get the badge, but you can always obviously re-enable it. So anyways, let's continue on to the code. So before we do the code, we want to copy this badge ID. So let's go back to this frame where we have the badges. Now the icon is still loading, but there are 3 dots here, as you see. It's just you can't really see it because it's white dots on the white image. But if you click there, you see copy asset ID. So click that, it'll say copy success. If we go back to Roblox, we can start writing the script. So let's put a script into server script service. We can name this meet the owner. And in the script, we're going to start off with a few variables. If you don't know what variables are, I have a tutorial explaining what they are. It's going to be on screen right now. So let's start off by writing local badge service. So that would be game.getService badge service, and there we go. Now we'll also write local badge ID is equal to, and now you could paste that number that you got, that ID that you got from the badge. So again, you go to the badge, you click these 3 dots, you click copy asset ID, and you paste it right here. We'll make a function to basically give the badge to everyone in the server. So we'll write local function give badge. And then you could do brackets. So now, before we actually write this function, let's just finish the rest of the code. So then we'll write game.players.playerAdded, and then we'll write connect function like this, and we'll add a player into the brackets over here. I'll explain all the code afterwards, by the way. I'm just gonna first write it out. So now that we have this done, this is the main basics of the code. So over here, we're getting badge service, which we need in order to actually give the badge to the player. I'll show you that once we actually do it. We have the badge ID, which obviously we need to tell the game badge service. We need to tell it what badge to give to the player. Then we have a function here, which will basically go through all the players in the game and give everyone the badge if they don't already own it. This is if like the owner joins a full server, so everyone in the server gets the badge. And then here we have a function that basically detects when the player joins the game, when any player joins the game, and it passes in a argument, a parameter here, which is the actual player. So obviously first we want to check if the player is the owner of the game. So we'll write if player.userID is equal to game.creatorID. So if this is a group game, what you basically want to do is you want to copy your player's user ID by going to your profile and copying that number inside of your profile link, and just paste it here instead. So it would look like that. But if it's a game owned by you, you can just write this. So let's continue. So if player.userid is equal to game.creatorID, now let's write give badge. So we'll fire this function, and now we have to actually script the function. So let's write for underscore player in pairs. If you don't know what for I loops are, which this is what a for I loop is, I have a video explaining them. It'll be on screen again right now. So now we want to loop through the players. So we'll write game.players get players right there. And you could write it just like that. So with all these brackets, with all the spaces, just like this. So now that we're looping through the players, we want to check first if the player owns the badge. Because if he does, we don't want to give the badge to him again. Otherwise, we'll get an error. And if he doesn't own the badge, we want to give him the badge. So let's write if badge service user has badge async. So then we want to write in here, we need to write the player ID, the user ID, which is player.userid. And then we need the badge ID, which we have right here. So just badge ID. And we can write it then. And there we go. So right now it says if badge service. So we're looping through the players. And then if that specific player owns the badge, then we're continuing. But we want to only continue if the player doesn't own the badge. So let's add something at the beginning over here. We'll write if not. So this means if the player does not own the badge, it will continue. If he does, it won't continue, but it will continue like on. Basically, we check if the player owns the badge or not, like this. So now that we know that the player doesn't own the badge, we're gonna write badge service award a badge, and then we want to write the same thing as before. So player.userid and then badge ID. And for the give badge function, that's all we need. So now that we're done with this, let's continue on to the next part, which will basically give the player the badge if he joins the owner. So let's add a few notes over here. So we'll write over here, looping through the players to give the badge out. And then over here, we'll write checking if the player that joined is the owner. So now before we even fire this, let's make another function. So this one we will call, or another if statement. We'll write checking if you joined the owner. So now what we're gonna want to do is obviously check if you join the owner. So we'll write if game.players get player by user ID, and then we'll write game.creatorID, and again do that. So if we find the game creator in here, then we will award the player the badge. So we can just copy this, what we wrote on line 9, which you see badge service award badge, copy it, and you can just paste it into here, and that's it. Now to make this a little simpler, I'm going to change something. So right under badge ID, I'm going to make another variable called a local creator ID. So I'm gonna write game.creatorID because that works fine. But if the game's under a group, as I said, just paste your player ID in here, which you can get by going to your profile and then just copying the number inside of your profile link. But now that we did this, let's just switch out over here. Instead of game.creatorID, we'll just write creatorID. And over here, instead of game.creatorID, we'll also just write creatorID. And now that we did all of that, the code should be done and it should be working. So let me try and demonstrate this. So I'm gonna apply the script edits over here, or you could just close the script and it'll automatically do it. And I'll publish the game. So here we go, published changes. So now I'm gonna join on my main account and I'm gonna join on an alt account, and you'll see how my alt account gets the badge. Alright, so now that I'm in the game, you can actually see I got the badge. So I met the owner, because obviously I'm the owner. If you want to fix that, whatever, you don't really need to fix that. It's not a big issue. Or it's not really an issue because you did technically meet the owner. You are the owner. So I'm going to quickly just join my other account, on my main account on my alt. and you'll see how I get the badge. So there we go. You see, I won the Meet the Owner award right there. Now I don't have enough alt accounts to showcase if that you get the badge whenever the owner joins, and if you join the owner, like I just showed that you do get the badge when you join the owner, but I can't really show you that everyone else in the server gets the badge because I don't have enough accounts for that. And with that, that should basically be the video. So we basically made this quick, simple script. Gives everyone in the server a badge if the owner joins, and it gives the player a badge if he joined the owner. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them. If you have any video suggestions, feel free to comment them as well. If this video helped you out, subscribing really helps out, and if you turn on notifications, you will be notified when I release the next tutorial. And liking the video also really helps out because I see that you enjoyed this tutorial and you want more like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.